Brit. Today we will be checking out a new video on French versus American homes. 8 differences, American things you will never see in France. Very interested to see this. I've been to France numerous times. I've seen their houses. I've only been to America once. Haven't really seen it too much. So looking forward to this. If you could please like, share and subscribe, it really helps push the channel. I seriously appreciate it. And as always, check out the original video in the description. But let's go. Comment with what your thoughts are and what you want to see next.
Unintentionally Frenchified, I'm officially on August vacation in the US, and I thought it was the perfect time while I was getting to shop at Target, go to the grocery store in the snack aisle, getting to wear my workout clothes everywhere, that I'd also do a video about American homes in the US. I always notice when I come back certain things or accessories or functionalities of American homes that we never see in France. Before I start the tour, I want to just take 2 minutes to talk to you about the amazing sponsor of this video, Lingod. So while this video is very much in summer mode, autumn is actually very close, right around the corner. But what's really great about this autumn is that Lingod is doing a cashback language sprint that is 60 days. Now, for my very loyal viewers out there, shout out, I love you guys. You'll know that I've been working with Lingod for over a year, and they have never had a 60-day cashback language sprint. The 60-day is really similar to the other sprints in the sense that you can still do the 50% cash back if you commit to 15 classes a month for 2 months, or you can get the 100% cash back if you commit to 30 classes a month for the 2 months. What's great about 60 days is that generally people say in 60 days you form new habits. So you're going to actually go take your language skills from words here and there to confidently speaking in 2 months with the Lingod method. But on top of that, it's not going to feel like work anymore. So you're going to continue to learn long after the language sprint is over. You guys know how much I've struggled to learn French, and I took classes over and I restarted again and again, and it was really hard to commit. If you like small class sizes, think 3 to 4 on average, max 5 people per class. If you like, let's
go and check out Lingod, help her and support her out for sure. Go and check it out.
So I wanted to start outside because it is very convenient things about American homes that I don't see in France. Has to do with the post office, which is not my favorite part of France.
Oh, the mailman
made me cry numerous times. But what's so great in the US is that with your mailbox, you, of course, the mailman drops off letters. But if you want to send letters, all you have to do is open the mailbox, put in your letters, and then you just raise the little red flag. And it tells the postman that you want him to pick up the letters that are inside. It's very convenient. And I know in France, they're starting now where you can choose a time, tell the post office, leave something inside, etc., and plan like a whole appointment to get your mail picked up. But I think it's kind of nice that you just have this nifty arrow.
So the French have to pick, you can arrange a time they come pick it up. The Americans, you just raise a flag. I did not know that. In the UK, we have to take it to a post office, get a stamp or pay the postage at the post office. They then send it off, whether that's a letter or a parcel. That is so much more convenient.
You can see some of the neighbors' houses next to my mom's house. I always feel like I've made it home to the Midwest when I drive up and there are no fences or walls or things blocking the front yard. In the US where I'm from, you can't really see inside people's backyards, but the front yards tend to be really open. That's not to say that sometimes you won't see fences, but usually you can see what's going on in people's front yards. As you can see, the 3 neighbors behind me, there are no fences in their front yards. One of the things that I feel like is typically American as well when I drive up or I come to homes in the US is that there tends to be a lot more cars versus the number of people who live in the house. So you can see here that there are 2 people that live at my mom's, but they have 1, 2, 3, 4 cars.
Americans
in the
love
driveway,
cars.
and all 4 of those cars are their own cars. And in France, I tend to find that a lot of times there's 1 car for 2 people, or maybe you've got 1 car for 1 person and you know 1 car for the other, but there's not 2 cars for each person.
Very European, yeah. We have one. Majority of households, I think, share 1 car, and then you have some that have a car each. Very American. They love cars, don't they?
Tends to be very American.
Why not?
So as I walk into the house, you can't feel it the same way that I can, but there is, first of all, a golden retriever. It's pretty American. Say hi, Piper. Say hello to everyone. It's also the blasty, cold, icy air that I'm feeling right now as the air conditioning takes over. There is so much air conditioning in the US. I have personally maybe been in one home in France that actually has air conditioning. Yes, there's air conditioning in offices, there's air conditioning in restaurants, in grocery stores, but when it comes to people's actual homes, they tend to live without air conditioning. And in the US, air conditioning is in almost every home that I've ever been in, and it is blasting. So in terms of the difference of temperature outside and inside, it's huge. The next thing
And it's so expensive to run.
Maybe my most favorite thing about American homes that I wish we had in France, and it's actually part of the windows, which sounds kind of weird. But if I open up this window, you guys will see that there is a screen. Dun, 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 on the window. So a screen pretty much lets us open up the window, get some fresh air in here when the air conditioning's not on, and it keeps out the mosquitoes, the bugs, the flies, etc. In France, I have never seen a screen on a window, guys.
Oh, I've never seen that.
We have flies that come into our apartment in Paris, we have mosquitoes during the summer, and I think it's so convenient and so nice, and I have never ever seen one in a French home. So you'll let me know in the comments below if you have, but these are not very common, and when I see them, I'm like, we are in the US.
That's brilliant. I've not actually seen that. We could do with that here. The amount of flies we get in the summer is absolutely ridiculous in the UK. Yeah, I've been to France many times. They have shutters on their windows, but I've never seen screens.
All right, so the next thing I want to show you is in the kitchen. And this is another one that I think is very convenient and that I've never seen in France before. So here we are at the sink, and not only is the sink really massive, and I don't see that as often in France, like these really big sinks, and also the sink, when you turn it on, you've got this contraption here where you're able to move it, and then you're also able to change the type of water. This is not something I see as common in France, but that's not really the big thing about the sink. The big thing is the garbage disposal.
What?
Almost every home has a garbage disposal. So pretty much you're able to put food down the sink, and then you turn it on, and it just blows all the food to smithereens. And you don't have to put all of the food in the garbage. And I find that really convenient when you're cleaning and stuff. And I've never seen that in France before.
Where does it go? Where does this garbage disposal go? I have not seen that before.
Another difference is the amount of ice that Americans consume. And when I'm in France, of course, people in their homes do tend to have ice if you ask, but they don't tend to really have massive ice makers. And when you go to a restaurant, for example, in France, and you ask for ice, you get 2 or 3 cubes. And when you go to the US, you have an entire glass full of ice. Sometimes it's too much ice, if that can even be possible. And if you look at my mom's refrigerator, for example, you already have right here, ice that you can get at the front of the refrigerator, which I see less in France, but you can find, of course, but also just the amount of ice. So if you look into my mom's freezer, not only do you have a massive, bowl of ice here for the ice maker, but not only do you have one there, but you also have a second one.
What?
So up here, there's also the ice. So she's got 2 different ice makers so that she never runs out of ice. I feel like that is something that you don't really see as often in France, but that doesn't really shock me too much.
We call those the big American fridges, though, and they're becoming very popular in the UK.
The final things that is very typically American in homes is we've got the good old couch over here. And imagine that I'm having a very tired day and I want to relax at night and I want my feet up. Instead of putting my feet over here on this perfect ottoman, I'm just going to lean over.
It's just a reclining sofa.
Recline my feet slowly.
They might not have them in France. In the UK, they're pretty popular. They love them in the UK.
A little bit, and then I'm just going to relax and watch my TV.
Look at that view, though. Jesus.
In the comments below if you know why, but I feel like that is very typically American.
Because Americans love to lay down and lay back and chill out.
When I was growing up, they weren't electric like they are now. It was like a big old handle that you would pull back like this, and then your feet would go flying up. But super comfortable and practical, but not something I see very often in France. Can you guess how many televisions we have in a home here?
4.
For 2 people? I'm going to show you. Television number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and just in case one TV with the workout machines is not enough, we've also got TV number 6. And finally, TV number? No, I'm kidding.
Hey, what the hell?
And here, that's just all of the thermoses, the insulated cups that we have in the US. No, but seriously, when it comes to TVs, there are a lot of TVs in lots of different rooms, and most of the time in the US, people have televisions inside of their bedroom, as well as in the dining room, as well as in the den, as well as sometimes in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And in France, I really normally see one TV in the entire house. So it's just, as soon as I see lots of TVs in homes, I just think, yep.
French are chilled out. Their bedrooms for sleeping.
All right, guys,
they don't have
that is
TVs
a
in there.
wrap on all of the differences between French and American homes that I wanted to point out to you. Let me know in the comments below what you thought and some of the differences that you notice when you're traveling back and forth. If you're interested in Lingod, don't forget to check that out. Everything is in the
Yeah, wicked. Like, I've been to France and they're very relaxed, a very slow pace of life. So they don't burn themselves out. They eat pretty well. So, and they don't really watch too much TV in their bedrooms, I believe. I think it's a family thing in the living room and they don't take it into their bedroom. The screen on the window, absolutely brilliant. I think we should all have that to stop the flies coming in, but then we have the door open a lot. So they're just going to come in through the door, especially in the summer. Americans love cars, so I'm not surprised by that. But very interesting to see like an American household and what they have. Hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you soon.